We're going to continue with Act 1, Scene 1. The street fight just ended, and now we have Lord and Lady Montague, Romeo's parents, talking to Benvolio about Romeo and how he's been acting a little different lately.
Who set this ancient quarrel new abroach? Speak, nephew. Were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary and yours. Close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt, with his sword prepared, which as he breathed defiance to my ears, he swung about his head and cut the winds, who, nothing hurt withal, hissed him in scorn, while we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more, and fought on part and part, till the prince came, who parted either part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worship sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drave me to walk abroad, where underneath the grove of sycamore, that westward rooteth from the city side, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me, and stole into the covert of the wood, I measuring his affections by my own, that most are busied when they're most alone. Pursued my humor, not pursuing his, and gladly shunned who gladly fled from me.
So Benvolio saw Romeo early this morning walking around in the woods, and then Romeo ran away after he saw his cousin. So we're trying to figure out what is going on with Romeo. Why is he acting so odd?
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. But all so soon as the all-cheering sun should in the farthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from the light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humor prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
So Romeo's dad is telling us that Romeo's been hanging around the woods in the early morning, crying. All right, they don't know what's wrong with him. But when he comes home, he spends all day in his bedroom. He writes all day. He closes the windows and the curtains so it's dark, and they really have no idea what's bothering him. So Benvolio, Romeo's cousin and friend, he said he'll figure out what's going on.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends, but he, his own affection's counselor, is to himself. I will not say how true, but to himself so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery, as is the bud bit with an envious worm ere he can spread his sweet leaves to the air or dedicate his beauty to the sun. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See where he comes, so please you, step aside. I'll know his grievance, or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But news struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love.
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love, so gentle in his view, should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
So we find out that Romeo is in love and this girl does not love him back. A lot of people assume that Juliet is the person he's in love with. It's not. He's never even met Juliet before. He's in love with a girl named Rosaline, who ironically is a Capulet like Juliet. She's a relative of Juliet's. So it seems like Romeo has a thing for Capulet girls.
Alas, that love, whose view is muffled still, should without eye see pathways to his will. shall we dine? Oh me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I've heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, O brawling love, O loving hate, O anything of nothing first create, O heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep that is not what it is. This love feel I that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
So we see Romeo, he's saying brawling love, loving hate, heavy lightness, serious vanity. These are all oxymorons. It's showing the confusion that Romeo is feeling right now. He's in love, but the girl he loves doesn't love him back.
No, cuz. I rather weep.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed with more of thine. This love that thou hast shown doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke raised with the fume of sighs, being purged, a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes, being vexed, a sea nourished with lovers' tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall, and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my cuz.
Soft, I will go along. And if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut, I've lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me in sadness, who is that you love?
What? Shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why no. But sadly, tell me who.
Bid a sick man in sadness make his will. Ah, word ill urged to one that is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I supposed you loved.
A right good markman, and she's fair I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, is soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow, she hath Dian's wit. And in strong proof of chastity well armed, from love's weak childish bow she lives unharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor ope her lap to saint-seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
So it seems like Romeo is so upset because this girl, Rosaline, whom he loves, has decided to remain a virgin. And when she dies, she will leave no children from then on. So Romeo is in love with a girl who wants to keep her virginity, and he's very upset by it. So Benvolio is going to try to cheer him up a little bit.
Then she hath sworn that she will still live chaste.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. For beauty starved with her severity cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair, to merit bliss by making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead that live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
'Tis the way to call hers exquisite and question more. These happy masks that kiss fair ladies' brows, being black, put us in mind they hide the fair. He that is struck and blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note, where I may read who passed that passing fair? Farewell. Thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else die in debt.
So Benvolio wants to cheer up Romeo, and he says to forget about Rosaline. Romeo doesn't think he could forget about Rosaline, and Benvolio says, check out other beauties. Romeo says, nope, I can't. You cannot teach me to forget. He'll never forget this girl ever. He loves her. He'll never love anyone else. And Benvolio's like, all right, let's bet on it. Now, we will see. He's going to forget about this girl immediately when he meets Juliet. Now, at the bottom here, there's 2 links to an interview with the Montagues and the Capulets. There's another one, an interview with Romeo. You could also find at the top using videos. And these would be great additional resources to watch to get into the character's mindset a little bit. All right, we'll continue on to Act 1, Scene 2 very shortly.